Free college football picks. This is week 10, part 5. I'm Tony T with our college football pick show here for Action Friday. Now, if you look at the Friday games, we shot a separate video for those two on Friday, but this one we're giving you 10 games for Saturday here for week 10. This is part 5. Got them all done for Saturday. Before we get started, just a couple of things. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have free college football picks updated all season long. Free picks every day from all the major sports like NBA, like NHL, NFL. College basketball is not too far away. We also have lots of live shows, lots of cappers giving out plays, making a great time to subscribe. And also, if you would support our channel, give us that like, that thumbs up. We greatly appreciate it. Then visit our site, tonyspicks.com. We are a multi-capper site showcasing top cappers from the industry. Click the links to the top performers. Get signed up to our hot cappers right now. Hot cappers like Joseph Schultz, Chauncey, Ramon up there. Hollywood Sand's been on fire past 30 days. Chauncey as well. Ben Ruhala, Ron Crawford, Pravi showing up. Collins. Click the links. Get signed up to our long-term passes. You'll find our latest premium picks here set of the page, as well as our latest premium picks, props, and so forth. Multi-packs. Get signed up. You can save 20% off all premium pick packages when you use that promo code TonyT at checkout. Access our page by clicking the link in the description. Click the All Cappers tab. Get signed up. Always love hearing from you guys. You can post your picks in the comments. We're looking for cappers. Apply on that homepage. We're also brought to you by Rhythm app. Create custom sports betting models right now with Rhythm. And, of course, create your own numbers. Find the edges. And, of course, it takes me between 30 minutes and 2 hours a day in handicapping because pretty much you still do the thinking, create your models, and Rhythm takes care of all the grunt work, saving you the precious time. Be sure to download it over at the Apple, Google, and Android store and claim that 14-day free trial. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get this one started. SMU and Rice college football pick. This one here on Saturday. SMU improved to 6-2 with their 69-10 home victory to Tulsa. The Mustangs rushed for 192 yards on 39 carries. They held the Golden Hurricane to under 3 yards per rush with 124 passing yards on 25 attempts. SMU had a +2 turnover margin. Preston Stone, 15-20 passing for 371 yards, 3 touchdowns. He averaged a season high of 18.6 yards per pass attempt. Rice moved to 4-4 with their 30-28 home defeat to Tulane. Owls rushed for 82 yards on 19 carries. They allowed 194 yards rushing to the Green Wave with 263 passing yards on 30 attempts. JT Daniels hit 18-29 passes for 189 yards with 2 touchdowns and an interception. He averaged 6.5 yards per pass attempt. SMU is 12th in total defense by allowing 280 yards a game with 3 yards per rush. They are efficient in pass defense and allow only 57% completion rate. Rice, a poor running team, averaging 3.3 yards a carry. Rice holds teams to 4 yards per rush with 60% completion rate. The Mustangs in conference play allow 9 points and 250 yards a game. Player will be on SMU and Rice under 59.5. Purdue and Michigan college football pick. This one here on Saturday. Purdue fell to 2-6 with their 31-14 road defeat at Nebraska. Boilermakers rushed for 96 yards on 29 carries. They allowed 155 yards rushing to the Cornhuskers with 122 passing yards on 11 attempts. Purdue committed 3 turnovers, took 4 away from Nebraska. Hudson Card 16-32 passing for 100 yards with a touchdown and 2 interceptions. He averaged a season low 3.1 yards per pass attempt. Michigan improved 8-0. A 49-0 road victory 2 weeks ago at Michigan State. Wolverines rushed for 120 yards on 34 carries. They held the Spartans to 2 yards a carry with 133 passing on 29 attempts. Michigan had a +2 turnover margin. J.J. McCarthy completed 21-27 passes for 287 yards with 4 touchdowns. He averaged 10.6 yards per pass attempt. Purdue holds teams to 4.1 yards per rush and limit opponents to only 55% completion rate. Michigan is a high-volume rushing team that moves clock and makes it difficult to cover the spread. The play here will be Purdue +33. Kentucky and Mississippi State college football pick. This one here on Saturday. Kentucky fell to 5-3 after their 33-27 home defeat to Tennessee. The Wildcats rushed for only 72 yards on 24 carries. They allowed 253 yards rushing to the Volunteers with 228 passing on 21 attempts. Devin Leary, 28 of 39 passing for 372 yards with 2 touchdowns. He averaged 9.5 yards per pass attempt. Mississippi State dropped to 4-4, a 27-13 road defeat at Auburn. Bulldogs rushed for 184 yards on 35 carries. They allowed 186 yards rushing to the Tigers with 230 passing on 26 attempts. Will Rogers missed the past 2 games with an arm injury. He is questionable for Saturday. Mike Wright hit 16 of 32 passes for 161 yards with a touchdown and interception. He averaged only 5 yards per rush and per pass and rushed for 63 yards. Kentucky has a good running game at 5.5 yards a carry. They do make big plays in the passing game. Mississippi State struggles with pass defense by allowing 73% completion rate. The Bulldogs' run game generates 4.7 yards a carry. The Wildcats' defense poor form right now over the past 3 games, allowing 473 yards, 41 points a game. Mississippi State at home gives up 28 points and 388 yards a game. Player will be on Kentucky and Mississippi State over 46. LSU and Alabama college football pick. This one here on Saturday. LSU improved to 6-2, a 62-0 home victory 2 weeks ago to Army. The Tigers rushed for 201 yards on 33 carries. They allowed 151 yards rushing to the Black Knights with 42 passing on 15 attempts. LSU had a +4 turnover margin. Jaden Daniels hit 11 of 15 passes for 279 yards and 3 touchdowns. He averaged 18.6 yards per pass attempt and had a rushing touchdown. Alabama 7-1 with their 34-20 home victory 2 weeks ago to Tennessee. The Crimson Tide rushed for 138 yards on 42 carries. They allowed 133 yards rushing to the Volunteers with 271 passing on 41 attempts. Jalen Monroe hit on 14 of 21 passes for 220 yards with 2 touchdowns and an interception. He averaged 10.5 yards per pass attempt. LSU has a 91st ranked defense by allowing 395 yards per game with 4.7 yards per rush. The Tigers give up big plays in the passing game by allowing 12.8 yards per completion, 7.6 yards per pass attempt. Alabama 17th in total defense. They're giving up just 306 yards per game, 3.1 yards per rush. They are efficient with pass defense by allowing 10.3 yards per completion, 6.2 yards per pass attempt. Crimson Tide, they do a good job of getting the quarterback 3.5 sacks a game. LSU away from home is giving up 38 points and 482 yards a game. The Crimson Tide defense gives them the check mark here, playing Alabama -3. Miami and NC State college football pick. This one here is on Saturday. Miami 6-2 after their 29-26 home victory to Virginia. Hurricanes rushed for 113 yards on 26 carries. They allowed 138 yards on the ground to the Cavaliers with 239 passing on 38 attempts. Miami registered 6 sacks. Tyler Van Dyke, 20 of 30 passing for 163 yards, 2 interceptions. He averaged 5.4 yards per pass attempt, a season low. NC State improved to 5-3, a 24-17 home victory to Clemson. The Wolfpack rushed for 64 yards on 26 carries. They held the Orange to 101 yards rushing with 263 yards passing on 51 attempts. NC State had a +2 turnover margin. MJ Morris, 11 of 20 passing for 138 yards with 2 touchdowns. He averaged 6.9 yards per pass attempt. Miami's strong offensive team averaging 456 yards a game, 5.3 yards per rush. They are efficient in the passing game. The Wolfpack allow big plays in the passing game. NC State, a poor offensive team that averages 3.8 yards per rush and is inefficient in the passing game. Hurricanes defensively allow 2.8 yards per rush. Wolfpack in the ACC are averaging 15 points and 256 yards a game. Play here, Miami -5.5. Western Kentucky and UTEP college football pick Saturday. All right, we got Western Kentucky 4-4 after their 42-29 home defeat to Liberty. The Little Toppers rushed for 119 yards on 22 carries. They allowed 323 yards rushing to the Flames with 169 passing yards on 15 attempts. Austin Reed, 30 of 44 passing for 365 yards with 4 touchdowns and an interception. He averaged 8.3 yards per pass attempt. UTEP improved to 3-6, a 37-34 road victory to Sam Houston State. Miners rushed for 222 yards on 40 carries. They allowed 4 yards per rush to the Bearcats with 225 yards passing on 40 attempts. Garvin Haddison remains questionable with that arm injury. Hudson, the backup Jake McNamara, missed part of past 3 games with a concussion. Now, third string Cade McConnell came in, goes 12 of 22 passing for 260 yards with a touchdown and interception. He averaged 9.4 yards per pass attempt. WKU has had issues with quarterback accuracy and passing efficiency. Western Kentucky struggles in the defense, sitting 131st by allowing 467 yards a game and 5.5 yards per rush. Hilltoppers give up big plays in the passing game. Play here at UTEP plus 9.5. Stanford and Washington State college football pick Saturday. Stanford fell to 2-6 with their 42-33 home defeat to Washington Huskies. The Cardinals rushed for 132 yards on 35 carries. They limited the Huskies to 3.5 yards per rush with 369 yards passing on 38 attempts. Stanford had a +2 turnover margin. Ashton Daniels, he goes 31 of 50 for 367 yards and a touchdown. He averaged 7.3 yards per pass attempt and rushed for 85 yards and a touchdown. Washington State 4-4 after a 38-27 road defeat at Arizona State. Cougars rushed for 88 yards on 21 carries. They allowed 235 yards rushing to the Sun Devils with 274 passing on 26 attempts. Cameron Ward, 35 of 50 for 315 yards and a touchdown. He averaged 6.3 yards per pass attempt and rushed for 2 touchdowns. Now, Stanford struggles with their running game, just 3.6 yards a carry, and with quarterback accuracy also an issue. Washington State runs for only 3.1 yards per rush. Washington State, over their past 3 games, they average just 19 points a game. It's 4 straight losses for the Cougars as they have limited their offense by getting their run game stopped. The play here at Stanford and Washington State under 59.5. Oregon State and Colorado college football pick Saturday. Oregon State fell to 6-2, a 27-24 road defeat to Arizona. Beavers rushed for 131 yards on 29 carries. They limit the Wildcats to under 3 yards per rush with 275 yards passing on 32 attempts. DJ Uiagalelei completed 16 of 30 passes for 218 yards and 2 touchdowns. He averaged 7.3 yards per pass attempt. Colorado fell to 4-4, a 28-16 road defeat to UCLA. Buffs rushed for 25 yards on 24 carries. They surrendered 218 yards rushing to the Bruins with 269 passing yards on 28 attempts. Colorado had a +4 turnover margin and surrendered 7 sacks. Shedeur Sanders, 27 of 43 passing for 217 yards with a touchdown. He averaged 5 yards per pass attempt. Oregon State has the 34th ranked offense in college football by averaging 439 yards a game. They are rushing for 5.4 yards per carry and are efficient in the passing game. Colorado is 133rd in the nation in total defense by giving up 475 yards a game. The Buffaloes have an efficient passing game and they throw at a high volume. The past 3 games, the Beavers are allowing 30 points and 420 yards a game. They do average 38 points and 454 yards per game on the road. At home, the Buffaloes are average 41 points and 492 yards a game, while giving up 36 points and 465 yards. But here, Oregon State and Colorado over 62. Boise State here and Fresno State college football pick Saturday. Boise State improved to 4-4, a 32-7 home victory to Wyoming. Broncos rushed for 227 yards on 50 carries. They limit the Broncos to 27 rushing yards. Limit the Cowboys to 27 rushing yards with 85 passing on 21 attempts. Taylon Green hit 3 of 6 passes for 69 yards and a touchdown. He rushed for 32 yards and a touchdown. Maddox Madsen got some work in, 12 of 15 passes for 147 yards and a touchdown. Kind of to rotate with Green here at quarterback. He averaged 9.8 yards per pass attempt. Fresno State improved to 7-1, a 31-24 home victory at UNLV. Bulldogs rushed for 56 yards on 20 carries. They allowed 156 yards rushing to the Rebels with 268 passing yards on 35 attempts. Fresno State had 2 turnovers and forced 4 from the Rebels. Mikey Keene, 27 of 41 passing for 256 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He averaged 6.2 yards per pass attempt. Boise State running the football for 5.1 yards a carry. They do make big plays in the passing game. The Broncos are strong in defending the run by allowing 3.7 yards a carry. Fresno State rushed for only 3.5 yards a carry. In conference, Boise State is moving the football for 430 yards and putting up 33 points a game. Player Boise State plus 2.5. UCLA and Arizona college football pick Saturday. All right, UCLA improved to 6-2 with their 28-16 home victory to Colorado. The Bruins rushed for 218 yards on 45 carries. They held the Buffaloes to 1 yard per rush with 217 passing yards on 43 attempts. UCLA had 7 quarterback sacks and survived a -4 turnover margin. Ethan Garber's 20-27 passing for 269 yards with 2 touchdowns and an interception. He averaged 10 yards per pass attempt. Arizona improved to 5-3, a 27-24 home victory to Oregon State. Wildcats rushed for 88 yards on 38 carries. They held the Beavers to 4 yards per rush with 276 yards passing on 33 attempts. Noah Fafita, 25-32 passing for 275 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. He averaged 8.6 yards per pass attempt. UCLA 10th in total defense by allowing 277 yards a game and only 2.1 yards per rush. They are efficient in pass defense. The Bruins defense on the road allows 16.8 points, 296 yards a game. Arizona struggles with pass defense, allowing 62% completions, 12.7 yards per completion, 7.9 yards per pass attempt. Play here will be on UCLA at -2.5. All right, that was our college football pick show here for action on Saturday, as we gave you 10 games for the Saturday card. And of course, you're looking for the Friday plays. We've shot those on a separate video. Of course, our videos are brought to you here in Tony's Picks by Rhythm app. Great custom sports betting models right now at Rhythm. And take advantage of that 14-day free trial. Save a lot of time and be more accurate with handicapping when you model. And of course, that 14-day trial you can check out. And when you download the app right now at Apple, Google, and Android stores, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Free college football picks updated all season long. Free picks every day from all the major sports like NFL, NBA, NHL, college basketball, just days away and more. Make it a great time to subscribe. And also, if you would support our channel, give us that like, that thumbs up. We greatly appreciate it. And then visit our site, Tony'sPicks.com, for our best plays. Our premium picks are there. Promo code TonyT at checkout. You'll save that 20% off. All right. We'll have live picks throughout the day. I'm Tony T. We'll talk to you guys later.